So for today's Sundays with Suraj, we have Prakash here again. The long pause was because I was about to say podcast number, but then I forgot the number. So that's why I had to take the long pause. But anyways, we have Prakash here again with us, and we actually met to discuss about a marketing strategy. We'll get into that later. But initially, let's begin by speaking about meditation. Why am I speaking about meditation? Was because recently, in the past 1 or 2 months, I have been asked, how do I meditate?
True.
I mean, for me, like, you just sit down, close your eyes, and focus on your breathing.
Yeah.
But then I understood that people had difficulty to understand that too.
Yeah, initially.
I don't know, probably yes,
Yeah.
probably because initially when I began meditating too, I had to use couple of tricks
True.
for me to even meditate.
I feel people have a lot of doubts without even trying it.
About meditation.
True. I mean, at least from what I've experienced. For example, my mom, I've asked her to try it. Initially, she didn't even want to invest 20 minutes in it because she had so many doubts as to if it will work or like why should I sit. But it's just 20 minutes. You might as well try it.
So she's doing it now.
She's doing it now. That's the thing, right? So
Every day.
not every day, but she does it pretty much. If I think at least thrice or 4 times a day.
That's still a lot, man. That's consistent.
Yeah, that's consistent enough. Yeah.
So, do you meditate? And if yes, like how long do you meditate for?
So I do it for 40 to 50 minutes because I follow a process called Chakradharana.
Shriyam thing?
Yes, I've sent you the
Yes.
yeah. So as you said, you just focus on your breath. Breathing in is called hum and breathing out is called sa. So hum sa is an entire breathe in and breathe out. So what you do is it's depicted that there are seven energy mergers in your body. So what you do is you consciously light up each one, give each thing a color, and finish that like an entire rotation, and do it to a point where you just lose the track of thought. It's just blank. Uh, and eventually you just get disturbed or something happens and then you open your eyes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's like a process where you have a technique involved
True.
until a certain point,
Yeah.
and then you reach a state. I understand what state you're speaking about, where it's completely calm,
You know it.
where
We
you know
talked
I,
about
I don't know how to put it in words,
We talked
but
about
I
it.
know how I experienced it.
I know.
Like you're at the moment and everything is like for me right now in my head it's like in outer space, if there's an atomic bomb, like this certain silence right before chaos, right?
Yeah.
That fucking silence stretched into infinity.
True. Dude.
That it literally feels like that silence.
Dude, just think about it. If literally the earth, as you said, something happens and the earth collapses, the very next second in the existence of the universe, nobody will ever know that earth existed.
Yeah, it'll be pitch silent.
That's it. Nobody will know that.
That kind of silence, you actually feel it and experience it.
Yeah.
It's not about the hearing silence. I'm just trying to put it in words. I still cannot put it because it's all about the experience.
So there's no existence of sound because that does not exist in that dimension itself because that medium won't be there.
Yeah, Prakash, if you go into the science,
Yeah.
science part of it, yes, that's true.
Yeah. But it's crazy, man. See, that's this perspective, right? What we're talking about. Meditation, I think, helps you provide that. So you feel like you're not that. See, most people think that they're the most important people, right? Like in the sense, I don't know, consume more than you want to, or in any way. I'm not able to give a proper example, but you think you're larger
Basically,
than
I,
life.
I, I think Prakash is just trying to put it in a simpler method. If you want to put it harsh and put it upfront, people are full of themselves.
True, yeah.
I think that's exactly what you were trying to say.
Yeah, something like that.
But in a much gentle and a decent way.
I was thinking, yeah, I was out of words.
It's alright. It's dude, I'm not even kidding. From the past 2 weeks when I've been meditating, I don't know for some reason the only thing I could see was like me, and then the world shrinking and me becoming tiny as fuck. It's just giving me the
That's
perspective.
solitude, dude. You're experiencing like being in the moment, right? You're the only one present in that frequency at that moment.
I don't know, it was
It's
lovely.
crazy. I feel you.
It's
Man.
been happening every single day. It's exactly like what he told. After that process, which he continues, he reaches a state where he experiences this. I'm still 100% sure we didn't word it right.
True.
It's the experience which we are trying to express. Probably not in the right way, but I hope you get it.
Yeah.
That experience, even I get it. I don't know if it's the same, but I do understand what
We
you're
did
speaking
talk
about.
about it early in the morning sometime.
A lot. We spoke about this entire meditation thing for a really, really long time, probably for months now.
So it's
So
like
now we already have the understanding of what I am saying and what he's saying.
True.
So yeah, basically, so how did this meditation help you in your day-to-day life? By this, what I mean is now in your work life, or while you chill with your friends, did it affect the way you were behaving with them? Because meditation is not just for an experience activity. It's not even an activity. It's like a part of life. Doing that enhances other areas of your life.
True.
That is basically what meditation does.
True.
Meditating enhances other areas of your life. So my question to you is, have you observed any noticeable changes after you started meditating?
Yeah. D- Definitely, I would say it caused me a major flip. Basically, I learned what focus actually is.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, well, there can be a lot of examples given. Like, let's say if I just wake up in the morning, I'm completely focused about cleaning. If you observe, my bed was clean.
Yep, it was. It was really clean.
So you
I went and messed it up by then.
you wake up, you clean the bed or whatever. You just focused on that job, and then whatever you're doing in the moment, if you're present in that job and you do it the best way possible. I think that's something you experience too. You can put it in work, whatever you're doing. Let's say gym. That's something I learned from you. But with this, I started applying that and understanding whatever, right? Whatever you focus on, if you're present in that moment, you'll be able to do it. For someone to understand it, being present, meditation will help them reach there faster. So you can meditate a day whenever you feel lost. You can just close your eyes, think about the time that you meditate, and that literally just calms yourself down. Or say a
Definitely,
mantra.
definitely.
Or that's something. Yeah.
I am loving awareness. Baba Ramdas.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
So if you observe, like he mentioned that meditating would help you in other aspects, and you called gym also in between.
True.
So for me, it happened the other way. I started gymming first before meditating, right?
Yeah.
So the focus which you were speaking about, I learned it through gym.
Discipline.
The discipline of gym, I learned it through that. And while working out, I literally wasted 1 year in gym without focus. That's when I understood the importance of focus overall.
Life lessons, man. No shit.
Exactly. So when I started meditating, literally when I say this is true for me. Gymming is like another form of meditation for me.
True.
Because literally when I'm in the gym, all I do is have a focused concentration on the rep, and after the rep, I have my concentration on my breathing. I try to,
Yeah, that's crazy.
because it's so rapid,
I know.
I have to balance it out so that my heart doesn't race up.
True. In fact, that helped me bench better, dude. Like, someone
Yes.
told me this. Like, I don't have a. So someone told me this, and then it was crazy. Yeah.
It's simple, like observe this. When you're angry, you breathe really fast.
True. Your respiration is much
Yeah. And when you're sad, you'll breathe as if that's the last breath.
Yeah.
Observe it, I'm not lying.
Hiccups. Yeah. True.
So basically, when you're in aggression, you breathe really fast.
Yeah.
So in the gym, if you want to come to a state that your body is ready to take the impact, all I do is look at the mirror, get myself in the mode, take 2 hefty breaths. I'm not kidding.
Yeah, I feel you.
I take a deep inhalation, heavy exhalation and done. I rep it out.
It helps you hit heavy weights as well.
Yeah.
True.
Coming back to the point, we derailed into gym. You told that you were meditating through Isha Kriya. You told me that you were meditating through Isha Kriya.
Yeah.
You were introduced with that, right?
Yeah, true. One of my friend Amrita, she introduced it to me.
That's a process, 20-minute process, which you would find online.
Yeah. You'll find on YouTube, just type Isha Kriya, that's the first thing that'll pop up.
Okay, I've not done it. I've done it during COVID, but before that I actually didn't know it even existed, to be honest.
Actually, you directly started through.
Yeah, I started through the course.
Yeah.
But when I started meditating, the funny thing was I could not meditate too. I could not meditate,
Yeah,
but
at the beginning.
I found this guy called Spiritual Soul.
Oh my god, man! I remember YouTube.
That dude in one of his.
semester was it, dude? But I couldn't socialize with people, man. After watching that.
I know that really had an impact. Like that perspective.
People should check him out, dude. Give him a shout out.
Actually, I wouldn't recommend because
True.
not everyone
Yeah, I understand.
can
Perspectives.
digest or accept what is going to happen. But whatever, let's talk about that later. This guy, Spiritual Soul, he was the one who told in one of his videos that if you cannot meditate, there are several forms of meditation which you can try, like guided meditation, TM, transcendental meditation, several other meditations. So I was like, okay, fine, guided meditation is pretty easy. I should be able to do that. And then I clicked a video which is 10 minutes long. I was expecting it to be, too long, not able to do it. But the moment it ended, I literally felt like it was fucking 2 minutes.
True.
It felt like nothing. And that really fucked with my mind. It was the first time I ever experienced the, loss of the sense of time.
True. Relativity.
Yeah, relativity, exactly that.
True.
The moment I experienced it, I was like, fuck, this is interesting.
Yeah.
It's not even good or bad. It's just interesting because I never experienced this.
I remember that, man.
So, like that, I started doing 10-minute guided meditations, 15-minute, 20-minute. Then I did the inner engineering course, learned the process.
Yeah.
Through that, I started doing 30-minute long meditations.
Shambhavi.
But even doing this way, I don't know if it is because of Shambhavi or just meditation. I would 100% say meditation in general.
Yeah.
But Shambhavi also has its own benefits.
Yeah.
My life literally took a U-turn.
True.
When I say U-turn, a legit U-turn the moment I started meditating.
True.
So, like following spiritual leaders like Osho, he's it's very controversial person.
But interesting.
It's okay, people can say whatever the fuck they want. It's up to me how I see him.
It's just a perspective.
Exactly. So leaders like Osho, Sadhguru, Baba Ramdas, Eckhart Tolle, Mooji, and there are other spiritual leaders also. Initially, when I started meditating, I came across a couple of profiles, and one of them was, I wouldn't say profiles, that's a very wrong word. I came across a couple of spiritual leaders. They're so fucking impactful. I don't know, they're very helpful. They were, for me at least, very helpful in the beginning. So one of them was Baba Ramdas, and I'm sure he left a very big impact for Prakash as well.
To a huge,
When I came across him and his content, it really changed me, because until then everybody spoke about spirituality or how your mind should be, or state of mind, or how you have to respond, not react, or everything in general. But Baba Ramdas really went into the specifics of emotions.
True. In general, like what you actually are and how aware you should be, and it's just very interesting. I personally feel Sadhguru is like the best gateway to get into spirituality, and once when you generally start experiencing stuff. Yeah, so that Baba Ramdas felt like a person who knows it, who's dedicated his life to understand what it is and document most of it and let people know what he experienced. So just listening to another person's perspective in such a deep sense is an entirely different thing I felt, and and just trying to understand it itself left a huge impact in my life.
You know, that is literally what happened with me too.
Yeah.
When he was sharing his perspective of the chain of events, what happened to him,
Yeah.
and then explaining it in detailed manner, that really gave me a lot of perspective, and not just perspective, it even gave me a situation, like every situation I faced, now I had a perspective with which I could choose how I had to respond with the emotions that were happening or coming up within me. It's like, a third person's view on the emotions that's happening within you.
Exactly.
That is how he explains, and that's so
Dude,
beautiful.
that's so well said in the sense.
Thank
can
you.
understand.
That is because he explained it in such a beautiful way that I understood it.
Yeah.
So he basically speaks about emotions like anger, happiness, love, everything, and not just emotions. He goes into every topic about human life and the human society, what's happening. So you can check him out. I'll probably leave the link in description. So one thing which I started this entire conversation was with emotions.
Yeah.
So what Ramdas says is, I don't call him Baba Ramdas is because here in spirituality or whatever you call this, it's up to you. There is no
Names don't matter.
names don't matter
Sense
to
of
you.
respect. That's it.
Yeah, we understand the logic.
Yeah.
So the names don't matter. So that's why we call them by their first names. That's all right. So okay, that's all right with me. I hope it's with them too.
Yeah.
If it's not, I'll change it. So anyways, so Ramdas, what he says was, when you feel any emotion, let's just say the emotion of anger, start observing it.
True. Observe every single.
Observe every emotion instead of giving into and regretting it after experiencing the emotion. Start observing while feeling it. If you cannot stop it, at least observe it while you feel it. And even if you're reacting, observe that you're reacting. So he has series of lectures, literally series, dedicated, documented to explain all of this.
But it's actually should be like disclaimer, dude. That will literally fuck with your perspective.
It won't fuck with your perspective. It'll show you things for what they are.
True.
Now, if you cannot accept things for what they are, it's going to fuck with you.
True. That's what I think.
That is a call for you to take. Are you ready to get an insight of how you feel, like for the real feelings?
True.
Are you ready to face them?
Get a third person's perspective, like actually understand what you're feeling and like not regret it later, because regret is the worst thing that you can probably feel.
That's really true, man.
Yeah.
Anyways, now, so we spoke about meditation, we spoke about a couple of spiritual leaders, actually only one, Baba Ramdas, and why we like them so much.
Speaking all along, man.
Dude, he has stories with his guru also. They are so fucking good. Anyways, so I don't remember if I mentioned that Prakash had stumbled across a really interesting opportunity, and the way he stumbled across this opportunity is something else too. So Prakash, tell me, I already know it. Tell me and the people who are watching it, how did you come across this opportunity and what is this opportunity?
So it's very crazy to start off with. I'll just tell it from my perspective so that you can understand it better. I just get my sister, my mom gives me a heads up saying that Rani auntie, she wants to start a business. She just wants to talk to you. She saw one of your videos. I didn't understand when she meant one of my videos. And then I get a call, a Zoom call actually, and then I answered it, and she says, "Hey, I'm Rani. I'm your mother's friend. We were child friends and stuff." It started off like that, and later she started talking about business, right? So they already have a consumer product company called Bliss in Dubai. Now they want to start something in India, and for that she partnered up with my mother,
Okay.
and now they're starting it, and
That's
we're
fucking
calling
amazing.
it Gallant Industries LLP. And
Watch out for that.
and me and Suraj are going to do great shit coming up. Very excited.
Really,
man.
really soon.
We've been so productive the past 2 hours. He has a holy grail with him. He carries something, which is just let him talk about it later. It's crazy. So we've picked up a couple of points which can match this market. Well, cool. You'll be seeing stuff pretty soon.
So you
We'll
told
talk
them
about
about the opportunity you came across.
Yeah.
Now tell them how the hell did you get this opportunity?
This is crazy, right? So, my sister, so this happened through the podcast that we had earlier, and we talked about some marketing or some, we talked about some business in that, how we
Yeah.
approach business, and the
We actually spoke about the Beach Bappa, the efforts you put,
yeah,
and we
yeah,
all put, and the amount of money you generated with the
Yeah.
efforts we put in.
yeah, true, specifically about that, and after yeah, so it was like an indirect interview or something maybe. So weird, dude.
It definitely was.
Yeah, so they came across that and they really liked the way we both think, and so so she just wanted to talk business and things worked out, and now me and Suraj partnered up for handling the marketing for the firm. So
So look at the chain of events here.
true.
You know,
Butterfly effect, man.
butterfly effect. Exactly. Me and Prakash shooting that podcast. I'm so excited about this
It's crazy.
because of this butterfly effect.
Yeah.
Me and Prakash shooting that podcast and me uploading it on YouTube. Prakash taking the link, uploading it on his
My
Instagram.
sister checking it, saying it on WhatsApp, and then she calling me on Zoom.
And she forwarded this to his mom's childhood friend
Yeah.
who's in Dubai, who
Yeah.
saw it and liked how Prakash answered and liked the way he spoke, and had a Zoom meeting with him, like immediately, almost immediately.
Yeah, probably like a week after.
A week. That is almost immediately,
Yeah, that's
man.
almost immediately.
Compared to how things happen now.
Yeah, true. But it was an ideation at that phase, but yeah, now it's just,
But look at the chain of events.
it's crazy, man.
Looking at this really, it really tells you the power of social media right here.
Really, that this is the best example someone could possibly give. Like the chain of networking, I guess, the chain of events or whatever. It's crazy.
I'm not even kidding. This is literally the example which, it's not even an example, it's a proof for me actually. Even while recording and uploading every single video until now,
Yeah.
it's every single video has a question behind saying that why this?
True.
Why now? Why now for something like this to happen? You don't know the butterfly effect
Exactly.
which is going to happen.
Yeah,
YouTube to Insta link to WhatsApp, WhatsApp to someone in Dubai, Dubai to an idea to Prakash, and the
now
entire
we're implementing that shit. Do you see it? Now we are sitting here.
implementing literally, like we spoke for I guess 20 minutes now, 26 minutes now.
Yeah.
But before this, for 2 hours, all we did was we were speaking about a couple of marketing ideas we could implement for Gallant, and we were clearing up our basic terminologies or our perspectives on how to market in general, because we wanted to make sure that we are coming off from the same
Scratch from the same level.
I wouldn't say same level, from the same lenses.
True, from the same perspective.
Yeah, from the same perspective.
True. Makes sense. Man.
So we spoke a lot about marketing, a lot of old topics brushed, and a lot of new topics seen too. And so we'll end this with one point which we thought was the most important from the book,
Yeah.
which was what is the purpose of marketing, or why do we have to market?
True.
We need to market to grab the fucking attention of the consumers or the people who are going to take your product or your service. Simple as that.
Where the attention goes.
Money flows. Where the attention goes, money flows.
No
This
issue.
is something we
Grand.
have to remember, and Grant Cardone
Yeah.
actually said this in his book 10x Rule.
The direction, insane shit.
So our point was, focusing on where the attention is going And since Prakash has been presented with this opportunity where he's part of this business, and I'll be working with him for marketing on this. Here we will be focusing mainly on social media apps, and the purpose of us focusing here is simply because the attention is being flown there.
No doubt about it.
The only reason is the attention is being flown there, and one of the other reasons is we fucking use this platform so much that we know
We've
that the attention.
generated sales, like literally, like you and me, we've generated sales. Sorry for interrupting.
No, that's alright.
We've generated sales for Make Me Garden, dude.
Dude,
actually
every single
got
sale,
it.
majority
Yeah.
of the sales is only through social media.
We've seen it work, which is why we know it works for a fact, and we're just scaling it up every time and getting it done better.
It's like, educating, implementing, learning, educating, implementing,
Executing,
learning.
yeah.
Educating, implementing, learning. This is a cycle.
Yeah.
We learned it through Make Me Garden.
True.
Actually, we learned that we have to pay attention to where people are paying attention
Yeah.
for selling Make Me Gardens products. I'm not even kidding. That is exactly what we did.
Yeah.
We taught ourselves or we searched where are people paying attention so that we could place Make Me Gardens product and services. That is how that is how I relate with Gary Vee too. When he keeps saying that pay attention.
Yeah. Understand the consumer and
Yeah, when Make Me Garden started, we didn't know about this shit.
No
I
shit.
honestly had absolutely no marketing knowledge.
So-
But when I started learning about it through Gary Vee, Grant Cardone, and other books and audiobooks,
Yeah.
I could relate because I had experienced something unknowingly through Make Me Garden.
We didn't know what it was. Like we tried, but we didn't have a
Yeah.
guidance. Yeah.
Luckily, it worked. You could say then it was all fluke, but now we started applying strategies and putting our focus into it. So now we can literally last time for Beach Papa, we had a marketing strategy plan. We carried it out. We implemented it.
Most
Maybe
2020 that too. That's
it did not hit our target. I will say that it did not hit our target.
we ran out of inventory, dude.
We ran out of inventory.
What the fuck? We
You know,
both got
my
inside
target was
deals
much
last
higher.
The day before. Yeah.
This is one more thing.
Yeah.
Literally the day before event, we were sold out, and we got probably another 500 to 1,000 lot order,
That's too
which
good.
we had to say that sorry,
No,
we don't have
we
the
don't
inventory.
have the inventory, but yeah, that's okay. They were willing to buy it at a good price too.
That's very true.
But true.
So I'll just end this by saying that the entire reason I spoke so much for the entire reason why I spoke so long about marketing was we both understood or we saw through other videos that paying attention to where other people's attention is going is really helpful to grow your business. We started paying attention like that, and we started seeing that marketing is one of the most important and useful ways for you to boost and multiply your business.
True. Consumer. If you understand the consumer behavior,
Behavior.
you'll know where the consumer is going. You'll know what he wants, what he's looking for, and you can build your brand accordingly and place it accordingly.
Exactly.
And
It's like we don't know.
yeah,
We are figuring it out. We are figuring it out in the process.
yeah.
So that is the whole point. Again, I just wanted to document the entire process of what we are doing.
True.
I wanted to document our
Journey.
meditation journey,
Oh yeah, true.
and Ramdas helping us out,
Yeah.
and also our new venture coming up.
True.
Exciting things, man.
Yeah.
Very exciting. We are not going to the details about it because this literally happened 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
He kept it to himself literally until 3 days ago.
Yeah, and then I came. To
Yeah. So it's still too fresh of a topic to speak about. We will definitely have more podcasts or more Sundays with Suraj speaking about this. So it was interesting, man, our entire conversation today,
Yeah.
following from meditation to Ramdas to your new venture,
True. It was like whatever we've gone through so far, I guess.
documenting our process, baby.
True.
That's what this is about.